building another PC. By the reason why I say another is the other computer that I'm using is essentially one of my first PCs that I've ever built. Hands-on, rather than telling other people. I taught other people how to build PC before I ever built my own PC. Proof of concept that you don't need to do something to be able to teach someone. You don't need to know, really have experience to know it. Anyway, I'm gonna switch views so you guys can see everything as I'm building it. In the tech community, it's called an SFF, aka small form factor. It's a micro ATX case. You guys enjoy? I already had a pre-built thing, kind of. It was someone else's earlier before mine. They didn't want it. They didn't want to use it anymore, so they just gave it to me. I'm like, okay. And I just basically built specs and a PC around this. The cooler is too big, so I actually had to buy another cooler. But yeah, you'll see as it goes along. There. And yes, cases are usually not this small. And the only case that would be smaller than this would be an ITX, or other people call it a micro ITX. Ooh. I might as well do it this way. Ow. I did not expect it to be that solid. What's this? Oh, strap. Strap. This strap with this. And so, strap with this. It's meant so that way I can have a portable PC and wherever I just carry it around with me. Yes, I do know the ventilation holes are kind of crap. It's not a powerful PC in the first place, so it should theoretically still be good. At the same time, I have a screen that I'm going to be attaching to this, so it's either going to be here or here, so that way I can literally just have the actual PC. So the screen that I'm going to be using is this one. Hold up. Screen. Just gonna attach it. Can it actually fit that way? Oh, it can. I'll probably just use like 3M, like the 3M tape thing, and I'll just tape it to it, because I am not gonna Dremel the thing out. I am not trying to destroy this case. I might as well. Also for easier management, easier maneuverability, so I can move it around. That's a strong Velcro strap. In hindsight, I probably should have done it the other way. But I think this should be good enough, especially since I'm technically using the strap as structural support. So, okay, that is decent. That's actually pretty strong. To the point where it's actually kind of stronger than my own backpack. It is with a G, right? Backpack. Whatever. Oh. I didn't know instruction manual came with it. USB 3.0, HD audio, which is not really HD. Trust me on that. Like, HD audio basically at that point just means it's not going to be staticky. And that's not even a guarantee, because it depends on, actually that's a front I/O port. Depends how good the grounding is. it could be staticky. Where we say I could completely take this case apart, theoretically. Yeah, almost completely. Huh. Yeah, only thing that stays on is the frame. Everything else becomes like an empty box. Cool. Wait, what other languages? English, Spanish, Japanese. So it has all those languages. I don't know them all. I'm not linguistic, so I don't know all those languages. Although there are two of them that have this symbol, so I'm guessing one of them is Chinese and the other one is Japanese. Either that or just... By Chinese and Japanese, I'm saying Mandarin and the other one. I don't know what the other one is. I'm never going to use it. Says that eventually ends up having to use it. And don't ask me where I got this. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. Okay, some of this packaging is actually pretty tight. You know what? There. Oh, okay, those are my fans. Oh, that's another thing. As you saw, this case doesn't come with fans, so you have to buy your own. Oh, wait. Has a fan. Not my fans. This is the cooler. I kind of went with a overpowered cooler, sort of. So there was a cooler that was half the size of this one, but it didn't have that much metal. And the more metal you have with your heat sink, heat pipes, whatever you want to call them, the more metal, the more heat it can absorb. So that way the fan can actually cool it down. The less metal, the less surface area it's able to actually retain within the heat. So I just went with the bigger one, so that way if I ever do decide to upgrade that CPU, motherboard, whatever it is, I can actually still have a decently powerful fan for later on in the future. So kind of an overkill on it. Still decently cheap for what it was. And yes, Noctua. I'll put all the links down in the description. If anyone cares, it's a 2500 RPM. There was another one that was like, I think 1800 or 2200 RPM. Usually with the Noctua fans, at least I've noticed that more speed equals better. And if worse comes to worse, I might use my Be Quiet fans because I might have an extra one. And because I might have an extra one, I might just use one of the Be Quiet fans on that one instead if it becomes too loud or whatever. But most people say that it's decently quiet. And yes, I know I have my headphones on with whatever it is. It looks weird. It doesn't bother me at the same time. It's more of a little bit more of a noise isolation factor type thing. Also, while monitoring my audio, I can actually hear myself. So I can know you guys can hear me as well. Actually, I might as well do the big box first. No, that can't be the power supply. Power supply's probably in here. Okay. That's a weak packaging. Like, it's so weak where like they like half-ass packaged it. Kind of packaging, whatever. So nothing. There's the SSD. I am going to have an SSD and a hard drive with it. How am I going to fit a hard drive? It's easy. It's because I'm not going to use the 3/4-inch hard drives where most people use. I'm going to be using the 2.5-inch drives, the small ones. The integrity might not be that great. If I can't find one that's decent integrity, then I'm just going to use it to put games or whatever the hell else I put on it. The SSD should be big enough. I have a Terabyte? Yeah, terabyte. So it should be good for all the utilities and everything I'm going to put on it anyhow. So yeah, all the games is going to be on the hard drive. If I ever put any games on it or something like that. And yeah, I was like, power supply. Well, there goes everything. And 650 watt, reason for it. CPU should be... I don't even know what type of CPU is on there. I built it for someone a long time ago. I helped someone with the build. I think its TDP is like 120 or 150. And then if I slap a 2060 in it or whatever, it should use up like, I think 200 or 300 watts more. So 400 to 500 watts maximum, including everything else that's going to attach onto it. So what I usually do is if it's like, let's say 480 watts, I round up to the nearest 100 and then add 100 on top of that. Just so that way, one, I can actually be out of the realm of, oh, it's just barely enough, and also give it a little bit more extra headroom. So if it's like only around a 480 to 500 watts, like I said, 500, bump it up to 600, and since it's already at 600, there's barely any 600 watts, so I just went 650. I'm giving myself a little bit of headroom. Also, just in case I upgrade my CPU, the CPU would give a little bit more extra TDP, so it would actually end up using this if I do end up upgrading. I didn't even realize it was 10. Oh, I thought it said made in Japan. It's Japanese capacitors. I didn't even know it's a 10-year warranty. At least I don't think I did. But yeah, I only did it because of the wattage and the quietness that it was claiming. Also the overvolt protection and everything else like that. There's my fans. There was no point in doing this because that. It's also a cool little feature that this case has. And yeah, that's actually how you start taking it off, because by you taking that off, you're now able to pop that off. Although theoretically, you should be able to pop that off regardless. Is that magnets? Feels like magnet. Wait. Can you pop it off like this? Oh, you can. Okay. It's just easier the other way. Oh, it's not even magnets. What? Yeah, that's literally just... If you could see it from... Actually, you probably can't see it from there. So let me do this. Focus. You know what? I'll freaking do those beauty makeup things. There's a reason why they do this. You gotta focus or not? You know what? Yeah, it's like just like little grommet thingies. Stick out. They have like a little nub or nipple, if you will. There's 4 of them. What did I just sit on? Oh, okay. And they just attach to this little thing that is not a magnet. It just pops into a little hole thing. Just like slide sideways or something. Oh, no. It's sturdy. It basically is unmoving. And by it squeezing through the piece of metal, it just snaps in, kind of. They say that there's a smart groove in this thing. Where's the smart groove? That's probably what they meant. Like, you put the motherboard through this hole or through that hole in whichever angle that you put it in, and it just goes in here. It's probably what they meant. I hope that's what they meant. Another bread tie. I have no idea what this is actually called other than a bread tie. You can't tell me that I'm wrong whenever a lot of people use that for bread. Oh, that's where all the freaking screws and everything is. So how am I gonna actually configure this case though? The hell? Oh, power button. Oh, USB 3.0. The headphone jack. The reason why there's only one is because with this case, they have the headphones and the mics in one jack, just like how laptops have it. And then a USB-C. I shouldn't have thrown the manual away because it tells me what the speed is. I think, I don't know for sure, don't quote me on it because I don't remember. I think it's like 10 gigabits on the USB-C and 5 gigabits on the the 3.0. The only reason why I was getting confused in my head is because some USB-Cs are 3.2 gen whatever. The whole naming scheme is BS. I don't like the naming scheme. I just memorized the freaking throughput. That's all I care for. And yeah, I'm actually gonna have a sound card with this because of how the setup is gonna be used. It's going to be plugged into the mixer so that way it can have like Spotify, YouTube, whatever else that is, I want. Put it on this one, route it to my audio mixer, and then I could actually send it to like a Discord call or a Skype call or a Zoom call or whatever else it is. And even if I want to, if it's like if I'm doing streaming or whatever, I could just let you guys hear it, and that way you guys would have to hear my desktop audio because I'm playing the Spotify through my computer and the game at the same time. And if people on Discord want to hear only my music, they can hear my music and not the game at the same time. So it kind of needs to be split off for me to do it that way. To have it from here to the that and have everything separate. Control is essentially the name of the game, I guess you would call it. I think that's how that idiom, figurative speech, is used. I'm still learning my figurative speech phrases. I'm way more better with literal language than I am of figurative language. I don't like figurative language. It's annoying. Trying to memorize all these phrases and what they actually mean. Although it's helpful in shorthand. Once you understand it. They have a decent amount of space on the back. I don't know what people are talking about that there's no... Oh, there's no routing space. That sucks. So you basically have to you have to do the whole your planning in your head or on a computer or on something before you even do anything because there's literally almost no routing space at all. Let me get my graphics card in my motherboard. So, Sound Blaster Z PCIe MX4. I was going to get more than MX4, but too expensive for what it is, and the amount of thermal performance, not really needed, so I'm gonna need to take off this cooler. I don't like doing cooler stuff. Oh wait, I'm gonna need a rag. Are we saying that this thing actually comes with thermal paste? This is Intel. Very nicely packaged. The brackets are on top. On the bottom, right below this, and like that, is backplate. Nicely packaged. Very space conservative. It does come with thermal paste though. Noctua paste. I'm sorry, Noctua. I appreciate you, Noctua. I will use this in another build, Noctua. I do appreciate it. However, high performance. Your fans are high performance. Your cooling is high performance. Your thermal paste, off of reviews and everything, is average. Yeah, your thermal paste is average. Maybe a little bit above average. What the hell? They give you a screwdriver. That's fun. That's cute. An Allen wrench screwdriver. So as far as I know, I don't think I need these. Oh, AMD parts. Good to know. Thank you. You labeled it for me. Oh, Intel parts. Okay. I could have just read instead of reading the manual. Ooh, a Noctua sticker. I'm tempted. Yeah, just put it like right there. You spin me. Although that would reduce performance. Ooh. Ooh, that smoothness though. I can see why Noctua is very sought out after. This is my first Noctua fan, by the way. So smooth. Beauty of ball bearing. Oh, extender. That's what this is for. Do I need an extender? I am going to use this later on. I do not need this. Or this. I like how orientation 2 is what they choose to go with for the mounting picture. Like, orientation 1, orientation 2. Default position, orientation 2. It's on the sides. On the sides. It's not that way like it is on here. It's on the sides. Why go with orientation 2 to show off how the frick to install? Huh? Are you just trying to double down on saying that, oh, it's so optional that we're going to show you on how to do the non-default way, and just to prove to you that, oh yeah, you can do it this way if you actually really want to. There's no problem with it. If that is so, then great, good, wonderful that you actually can do that. Thanks for letting me know that I don't have to worry about that. So, if that is your reasoning, nice marketing. If that's not your reasoning, then why? Why try to confuse your customer? And yes, that is one of the downsides about having, I don't know whether you want to call it SPD or, because sensory processing disorder / autism both allow you to be sensitive to smells and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this is probably one of the downsides of PC building for people with that. Smell of alcohol. They need to make a for instance, there's alcohol, there's acetone, both of which bother my nose and lungs a little. They need to find a way to make something that can remove this type of stuff, like thermal paste removal, without the pungent smell. If they could find a way to that same thing, but without the pungent smell, that'd be wonderful. It would have brought it way too close to the mouth or nose. With the shiny finish though. So it is an i5 4570S at 2.9 gigahertz. Actually, not bad. It's almost 3 gigahertz, and that's my base clock, so that's probably really good. Probably be able to go to like 3 point something gigahertz. It's a gaming CPU at that point. Anything that's 2 gigahertz and above is basically a gaming CPU, especially if you have 4 cores or more. How the hell am I going to take this out? Jesus Christ. Okay. It shouldn't be that difficult. Not push out though. No. No. I hope. Where's those traces go to? No. Where's the other traces go to? No. I hope not. I hope I didn't scratch the traces. Unless there was already scratched before. Okay, it's not that easy to scratch the traces. It's very difficult to take this out. Kudos to you to make it sturdy, but not kudos to you if you ever want to replace this. Note to self, don't ever buy the UFO cooler again. Unless you want it permanent. And yes, I still smell the alcohol. It shouldn't be that difficult. You know what? I'm sorry. 1, I can't find the other one. 2, I don't think I'm ever going to use that freaking cooler thing again, even though it's a good cooler, and with whatever it was a good cooler. Noctua was better anyhow, and I'm not going to buy that cooler ever again because of how difficult this is. I'm sorry. You make your product too difficult. Your thing should not be so difficult to a point where people are scratching, breaking, and snapping off your cooler as a replacement and breaking their motherboard just to be able to fix something. I get you want your product. I get you like it. My motherboard is going to be dead by the time I get this off. No, I'm sorry. I'm never using this. I was trying to give you a benefit of the doubt, but no. Sorry. I'm never using this product ever again. It's not worth this. Heatsink is good. I'll keep the heatsink. Fan's good. I'll keep the fan. But not the way that was done. No. Sorry, not sorry. I forgot what company makes the UFO thing, but don't buy it. I don't care. I've also heard from a lot of reviewers that the way that mounting mechanism works isn't that great, but I'm like, it can't be that bad. I was wrong. It is that bad. To be better organized, although I doubt you could do this because of conservative reasons, as like conserving space, separate the blue and the blacks. So that way people like me don't see this and get confused and say like, I need 4, but yet there's 8 of them. What the hell do I do with the other 4? That's what my brain has been trying to... Oh, by the way, I know if some people are thinking, no, that thing's not illegal to have. 1, the blade's too small. 2, I only use it indoors. How much do I know how to do? It's actually not that difficult. I want to say P-size drop, that's not really P-size drop. The easiest way to say it, the top of one of your capacitors. How big one of your capacitors is, how big of a blob around that should be. The height of it is a P-size. The circumference of it is the size of a capacitor. Honestly, I might not even need the extender. Technically, I didn't even need it. Although, to make it look nice and neat, I really didn't need it. I might need to do this, because I think I might not have given it enough headroom. Theoretically should be good, because I don't think I actually did the thermal paste yet completely at all. A few turns. Okay. A few turns on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this even tightening? No, it's not. Anyway, that's right. That's not tightening. You will go in. Wait, you like it or not? The hell? Bitch! Go in. Haha. That should be good. That's probably one or two air bubbles. Who cares? It's a low performance CPU anyhow. I'll probably only get like what, 60 FPS on this damn thing. It's an i5 or yeah, i5 4th gen, so it's not that powerful. We're already on like 11th or 12th gen, so connect the fan power. So for you guys, yeah, just put it underneath the metal, whatever you want to call it, heatsink. It's a little bit more tension than I would hope for. But I don't want to use the extender because then it's a little too much. Hardest part done. When in doubt, extender. Yeah, it's literally, it was the cable. And the clearance on this is so fine. Like, that's a tight ass clearance. Like, I don't even know if I could fit a credit card through that. I feel resistance. Not even a credit card. And yes, I actually don't have a shroud for this thing. As in like an IO shield, my bad. I don't have an IO shield for this. If you guys wonder why my fingers are always hurting, it's because the damn needle's on the back of the damn motherboard. Motherboard's screwed in. Black on black. Yeah, on black. On black. On black. Black ass case. That sounded racist. I don't give a shit. Black looks nice and sleek. As some people say, black looks slimming. There's a reason for it, by the way. Less light, less shimmering. It barely any contrast, so it doesn't show the curves at all. There's a reason why certain people like certain things. 2060 Mini ITX, and because it's one fan and a lot more smaller form factor, the cooling on it is actually better. So because the cooling is better on the mini version, the performance is actually better than the full-size version. Oh, by the way, the last two is the old-fashioned way. You have to bend and break it off just to have the expansion slot. I kind of want to file that down or sand it down, but I don't have that, so I'm SOL. Ooh, I like how this case did it. I like how this case did it. I like it a lot. So, front panel. HD audio. HD audio is like that always. Front panel is all in one. Usually you have to align every single one. This one, they actually did it for you. I very, 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 very much appreciate that one. I'm basically using tweezers to push it down. So the sad thing is, with all that speed and all that power, I don't have a USB 3. Just 1 and 2. And to split this, I can't. And it's kind of my fault that I gave him an out-of-date board. I only did that because it was on a budget and I'm reaping the benefits. Ooh, nice. That airflow though, I could feel that. That low of RPM and it does that much airflow? Damn! Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I don't care for RGB though. I really don't. Just tell me what RGB is and what RGB isn't. I'll plug in whatever isn't RGB. SATA power. This is probably power. Literally only an RGB controller. Literally only controller. I don't need it. No. I'm sorry. I appreciate it. I don't care for RGB. Ooh, 3M. Ooh. I'm gonna use that for my monitor. Yes, this would actually be a lot quicker, a lot easier if this was on a table. I do not have that luxury. The bottom is gonna be suffocated. Thinking of it spatially in fluid dynamics, it's better to have this one on top, fluid dynamics wise. If you don't know what that is, just look into what fluid dynamics is and you'll see what I'm talking about and how I'm talking about it. I'm basically saying the airflow and air restriction, because of it, it would be better to be up top here. Especially with how long this wire is. I can handle it. Ooh. You bitch. Actually, since that's already doing that much, I don't need to cool the motherboard. I need to cool the system parts. So I might as well put it right here. Oh, but I can't put it right there because power supply. I'm gonna put in the power supply first, just in case. As for time-wise, I feel like I'm doing pretty good because one, first time doing an ATX case. Two, most people spend like what 2-3 hours on this. Only 2 hours for me so far. Most of the reason why I play for that type of stuff is some people like ASMR, but I actually get most of that views. I'm not going to get into that. Unless asked. I don't feel like one of those. Just say that's not cool. Ooh, nice headphone. That's canceled it. That's tiny ass face. Let's see everything. It's amazing how far things have come. There's actually one that's 1,000 watts. It's ridiculous. Oh, smart zero fan. The fan does not operate if the PSU is okay, yeah. Off. Second, wait, what? Off is a stop fan operation. On, fan does not operate if the PSU is at low interval. I thought it was saying that, oh, yeah, we'll still keep it on, you meant off switch. Okay, so. Don't need. It's not yet. Don't need. It's not yet. Need. So. I'm going to need. I am going to need this. That's for the SSDs and hard drives. 6 and 2. Yep. Gonna need this one. Graphics card. CPU. Yep. Oh, it can handle a high power CPU. Good to know. And 24-pin connector. Jesus Christ. What? Why are they doing it that way? I like the smell though. It smells like polyurethane. Which probably is polyurethane. Actually, I probably don't even know what polyurethane is. It smells like that new plastic, new chemical smell that if you actually buy a helium-filled hard drive, Most people don't know what helium full hard drive is either, because there's like $300. Sort of like whatever you'd get on a packing peanuts-ish. It's just a little bit stronger. It's almost like it's a chemical, almost like ozone mixed with alcohol mixed with something else. It's pungent, yes, but it smells more like ozone. But ozone is more sweeter. This one's more chemical. So, I just know it's polyurethane because I know how they do packaging and everything like that. Oh. Why though? That's how they have it set up for. You do that, and that, and that's 24 pin. So my 24 pin, you have to put the wires on the ground. My rules. PCIe. Let's see though. There's multiple CPUs. I'll just use CPU power. Oh, CPU / PCIe, and this one's okay. And this one's CPU. Straight CPU. Spider or octopus or whatever you want to call it. That's polyurethane strong. There it goes. That way, when I put it in the case, it's not. It's neat. Don't ask what the hell that sound was. Best the explanation I can give you is I was thinking of Patrick when he's like Levo, and I just did my own variation of it. Whatever the hell you would call it. Which I should actually put. Before it gets too crowded. Oh yeah. Decent health. It's decent. 500 gigs. And yes, technically they say either one hard drive or 2 SSDs. I'm not doing either or. They only say that because of the form factor, whatever the size is. This is not an SSD. This is a hard drive. But it's the same size. So yes. I am 90% sure it will work. Why only 90? Because who knows if the thread is different. Oh, the thread count is different. So the screw size is not different, but the thread count is different. Because the thread count for the SSD is very, very tightly screwed in and snug fit. The thread for the hard drive, it's a little bit loose fitting. Yeah. It's like 1 or 2 threads. I figured as much because the way that looked receded. Or the way that the receding looked like. I just thought of something. Why don't I just put a washer? Whatever. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Down it. 1, 2. Dun, dun, dun. Why does that sound like an identity at the very end? I'm going delusional. Like I'm not already. I'm essentially choking the system. Oh no, this is actually a decent amount of headroom. Never mind. I take that back. I wish mine was automatic. I'm not going to use a drill screw that, no. It's almost like I know how viewers think on YouTube, so I'm just reacting to whatever I think that the viewers would think and whatever the viewers would say. Oh, use a screwdriver. Oh, use a power drill. We could drill that shit. This would not be a good case for liquid cooling at all. Unless you're trying to fit like the radiator here, but then good luck with the freaking SSDs and cables and everything. You'd have to squeeze the shit out of those cables. And usually PCIe supports it. The only reason for the screws are for drooping. And usually that's for like heavy ass graphics cards. This is not a heavy one at all. So I'm not worried. Now if this was like a 4090 or a 3090 or something like heavy and astronomical, then no, I would not do this. I'd be too afraid of the drooping. It's still sad that this and this is never going to be used because I don't have a piece. The USB 3 header. I'll just get better motherboard next time. But it's good enough for whatever I'm going to use it for. Although it sucks for this and it sucks for that. At least I get to have my USB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USBs. I don't have USB-C, but whatever. Just making sure. That seems way too easy. Seems like I'm missing something. CPU, hard drive, storage general, fan, graphics card, power supply, audio, motherboard, case, audio. Oh, the USB 3 header. But I can't do anything about it. I knew something was off. Hello. Ooh, that's dense. Kind of like it though. Ah, there's a nub right there. That nub. Sit by that. See. Now. Well, that way is way more comfortable, yeah. It's actually kind of heavy. That's oddly weird, being able to just like lift the PC. Like, what the hell? That's so weird to do it that way. Okay, so. This is gonna suck. Sorry. You're gonna end up being for my network rather than anything else. I'm only gonna connect to you through pipe. Can it work? Probably better that way. That way it's more aligned. Yeah. It's gonna suck, it's less compact. This will be for this. This. go right there. And this. We'll go right there. I'm pretty sure you see the picture now. Like, and then hopefully without sliding or anything. If I need to be, have a keyboard, have a mouse, and have it be able to pop up with whatever those things are that you just can prop it up. Be careful with that. You might need a longer HDMI cable. Keeping the thing black on black. This should theoretically work because the monitor I got it from supposedly was working. As in, like, cable tested and everything. I think that's about it. So, when I turn it on, you're not going to see an operating system. There's not one installed. It's a computer that just got built. But the purpose is to see whether or not it does turn on in the first place, and it does work, and so on and so forth. Once it does, I already have a flash drive that has all the operating systems that I want to download and everything. I'll probably save that for another video. It's already taken me so long to build this one. So, yeah. And I'll probably put how to install Linux and all other stuff, and use this as the example. Because I am installing Linux on this one. Not Windows. Screw that. How do you connect it? Oh. That's smart. I was so confused for a second. I plugged it into an outlet that does have surge protection, battery protection, and is grounded. Smart fan. On. Last but not least, what's just the power button? It works! It's upside down! Active partition not found. Press any key. It does work though. It does work. Proof of concept. Good. It does work. So, thank you. Thank you for watching. Sorry it took so long. I'm gonna edit this down. This is like I have like 3 or 2 videos of this thing. Each one took about, actually the first one took about an hour long. The second one took about, I don't know, 30 minutes. And this one is about 2 hours long. So in total, it took only about maybe 3 to 4 hours. And usually people that are professionals and everything, when they build this, it usually takes them like, what, an hour or 2? And they're professionals, they do it a day in and day out, day in and day out. Take them about an hour or 2. Like Linus Tech Tips, it takes Linus Tech Tips like maybe 2 hours or something like that to build one of these small form factors. So me building it in 3 hours and also getting confused here and there, I feel like I actually did a pretty good job. Given that they edit it down to like 30 minutes, but the troubleshooting that they do is ridiculous that they have to do. So, And yes, they do edit it and cut it down. They have done live streaming, but notice that the live streaming is about 1.5 to 2 hours long to build the actual PC. And they're building full tower cases at that, not small form factors. So if you guys are saying that this is long and everything, just know most people take this time any with whatever it is. Also, anyway, proof of concept does work, does turn on. Have a screen. That was just to show that it actually does work. This screen probably will be used for this. I will be making another vid. I don't like that the filter thing is extruded outward. Why is it extruded outward? That's better. So I will be making another video on installing an operating system on this. I have a flash drive already prepared somewhere on my desk. Can't remember. It's because one has a lot of stuff and the other one has operating systems. I'll be probably downloading either MX or Sparky. I want to download Sparky. If I can download Sparky, wonderful, great. That's actually whatever I want to do. If I can't download Sparky, I will be downloading MX Linux on this. Why MX and basically why Linux instead of Windows? 2 reasons. 1, multi-purpose computer. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff with it. And 2, this has a graphics card. This has a sound card. It has all the stuff that I would ever want in a computer. If I can get this thing to work on Linux and somewhat game on Linux and show that it actually is capable and everything else, my main computer is actually going to be running Linux then. I don't want Windows on my main computer. Windows can go suck it, especially with whatever they've done, and I'm not upgrading to Windows 11 at all. I'd rather go to Mac. Actually, I hate Mac. But yeah, I hate Mac, but I'd rather go to Mac than Windows, like as in Windows 11. That's how bad it is. It will be in Hackintosh, if that. It's not going to be bare bones Mac. No. So, Linux, testing, doing whatever it is, all other stuff. Once it works, put it on my main machine. Once that works, beautiful, wonderful. This will always be also be used as a server machine. Anytime that I want to like run a Minecraft server or whatever it is, this will also be used as everything else. And this I'm actually going to be using as a Pi-hole, or basically anything that you do also on a Raspberry Pi is going to be with this. Ad blocker, so on and so forth, if I can get it to work again. This was going to be pretty much everything else. It's going to be running more or less the same way as that one. The only difference is this one, the reason why I want it small, those things are small. At the same time, this is going to be my laptop. Hence the screen. Find a way to attach it, find a way to do whatever. It's going to be basically my laptop thing, but full powered. Like a full powered fledged computer. Yes, I know laptops are like that. Laptops are also twice as expensive. You know how much it cost me to build this? In total? $230. $230, $240, $250, something like that. Let's say $200 flat. $200 to $250. We'll say it that way. So for $200 to $250, with handy-down parts and everything, that's including the thermal paste, and I'm building a computer like this, plus a handy-down graphics card that's actually mine, and the graphics card's like $300. I built a $300 graphics card. I don't know what the CPU is with whatever it is, but let's just say there's $300 graphics card in total, just for that. $300 graphics card plus the motherboard and everything else. It's at least $400 on top of $300 $200 that I paid for. Over a $500 computer that I built for $200 plus. And what's the point of saying all this? Laptop wise, that's $1,000. Laptop is $1,000. This is equivalent to a $500 gaming PC. This is essentially a little over $500. This would be actually around maybe $600. I will find a way to cable manage with this stuff. Yeah, this is too long, so I will find a way to cable manage it, find a way to mount it, or have a upward thing, put Linux on it and everything. That'll be a different video. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and I appreciate everyone that actually did watch, stay to the end, and whatever. Honestly, let me know if you guys liked it. You guys don't have to give a like, just comment, whatever. I don't care. It's like, if you guys liked it, great. Other than that, I built it for myself, did whatever. But yeah, I don't want to be a normal YouTuber. Like, if you like all that stuff, I don't want to be a normal YouTuber. I want to be me, genuine. So if you do, great. Not, yeah. Thank you, and see ya.